سردار ما به سمت هلیکوپتر داریم تیراندازی میکنیم.
به دنبال تلاش‌های مذبوحانه ارتش تروریستی آمریکا به منظور عملیات امداد و نجات خلبان جنگنده ساقط شده خود، تعدادی از هواگردهای دشمن در بامداد 16 فروردین 1405 وارد کشور عزیزمان ایران شدند. با یاری و نصرت الهی، با هوشیاری و آمادگی رزمندگان اسلام در نیروهای مسلح، با بهره‌گیری از جنگ الکترونیک، سامانه‌های نوین پدافند هوایی، اجرای طرح دفاع موزاییکی زمینی و ایجاد حصار نظامی و امنیتی، تعدادی از این هواگردها شامل 2 فروند هواپیمای ترابری نظامی C-130 و 2 فروند بالگرد بلک هاک مورد اصابت قرار گرفته و مجبور به فرود اضطراری در یکی از مناطق جنوب اصفهان شدند. پس از تکمیل عملیات محاصره دشمن توسط رزمندگان قهرمان ایران اسلامی، دشمن زبون به منظور جلوگیری از بی‌آبرویی ترامپ، رئیس جمهور آمریکا و هیمنه پوشالی ارتش خود مجبور به بمباران شدید هواگردهای ساقط شده، تجهیزات و فرماندهان و سربازان خود شدند. رئیس جمهور نادان و گرفتار در باتلاق جنگ و تجاوزی که آغازگر آن بود و ژنرال‌های بی‌هنر و بزدل ارتش تروریستی و شکست خورده آمریکا به خوبی دریافتند که هر گونه تجاوز و عملیات زمینی و نفوذ در هر نقطه از ایران سربلند و دشمن شکن با قدرت جنود الهی و مشت پولادین رزمندگان در نیروهای مسلح، بسیج قهرمان و ملت شجاع و دلاور این مرز و بوم با شکست قاطع و مفتضحانه روبرو خواهد شد.
These type of rescue missions are fraught with the potential for disaster. And in this particular case, the United States was able to pull it off. And I'm thrilled for that. I guarantee you, for all the times that we've attempted to do this in the past, particularly in Vietnam, success rates are usually very, very low. But this is something we can celebrate. It's a very, very tough situation to find yourself in where, you know, 1 minute you're in the safe confines of an aircraft that you're an expert flying. In this case, he's the weapons officer, so he sits behind the pilot. And the next thing you know, you've been hit, you're parachuting out, you get that shock to your system, you land, and the first thing that hopefully is going to kick in is your training. And the ability to maintain a degree of mental stability. You cannot panic under any circumstances. And he apparently did well. I've seen some reporting, of course we'll get more, that he had to move to high ground and stay hidden and then maintain contact with those forces that were looking for him. So it's psychologically, and it's an extraordinary difficult situation for anybody to find themselves in. But I think it's a testament to his training. It's an accepted fact that you are going to lose aircraft. You're going to have casualties whenever you engage in combat operations. We lost the 2 aircraft, and in this particular case, fate was on our side, and we've been able to recover all 3 of those pilots. So, I think it's going to be a morale boost, but then again, those military operations are going to be ongoing. So we may find disappointment right around the corner in terms of casualties or more aircraft being shot down.
This was a daring and dangerous operation involving dozens of aircraft, hundreds of U.S. military and intelligence personnel, but also the remarkable actions of this military pilot. The U.S. carried out multiple efforts at once, of course, launching this search and rescue team, but also the CIA carrying out a disinformation campaign inside Iran to spread false information that both pilots had already been rescued by then. That, of course, wasn't true. The U.S. was searching desperately for the pilot. The CIA helped locate him, but the pilot himself went 7,000 feet up a ridgeline, hid inside that ridgeline as the CIA pinpointed the location, and then those aircraft and those commandos went in to get him out. This all began on Friday when, of course, that F-15 went down. The U.S. got their first communication from him Friday night indicating he was injured. That, of course, added to the urgency of this, but very much a happy ending. That pilot on his way home, a great relief to the U.S. military and also, of course, to his family and loved ones.
So we had the right people and the right equipment. But frankly, we got lucky because my particular concern after so many hours had elapsed. We're not talking about the first 5 hours, 3 to 5 hours, when there's a high expectation that you can recover a down pilot. But because we went to almost 2 days, just as the colonel had indicated, that raises concerns that either the airman was injured, there were equipment failures, or he was in some sort of situation that made it very, very difficult to continue with this mission because of the risk associated with the Iranians shooting everything they had at any sort of rescue operation. So we were lucky. That is a wonderful thing. But there are, as you've described, a lot of challenges. Just really briefly, one of the interesting challenges that will have to be faced by those who are in what we call the development of operational planning, especially from the air side of the house, is that the Iranians were able to take down that Strike Eagle. It isn't what we call a fifth generation aircraft, which is supposed to be invisible to radar. It is a highly advanced aircraft with multiple capabilities, but it suggests that the next effort to move forward and continue the destruction of those military assets and perhaps other areas of significant strategic significance, we're going to have to look at the force package. How many Strike Eagles, whether we have to fly this completely with fifth generation F-35s, all those complex issues that have now arisen. Plus, what we've heard is the Chinese are in fact supporting the Iranians and have provided some highly unique and apparently very effective defense systems.